Hey, you guys, how are you? How are you? How are you? This is your girl, Dr. T, and I'm coming to you. It is Friday. Did anybody peep the earlier's post? Yeah, today is pizza and beer day. I tell you, I was talking with my brother earlier today, and he was like, "There's just too many days to try to remember." So this is your girl, Dr. T with Sustain Your Biz Academy. I'm coming to you and letting you know that we are here to sustain your biz. I created Sustain Your Biz Academy for you to be able to have the tools that you need in order to have a sustainable practice, sustainable business. I'm catering to women in business, but it's not just women, African American women, not just African American, but that's who I'm targeting. And so the reason why I've been doing this is because I've been in practice for over 22 years and I have created, I think a sustainable business model, although it's been a little tough because of the situation that we're in now. However, it's still a sustainable business model. So you will find that what I do as your sustainable business coach is I'm going to ask you the hard questions. So today, just shout out where you're watching from. Say hey, say what's going on. Happy Friday. I wanted to get my beer, but I didn't. So I have something that looks like it's green tea. So get your beverage of choice, whatever you want. It is Friday. It is Friday. And this is the time when we come together. We have a little bit of fun and we also talk about business. And that is what I'm here for. So we want you to sustain your biz. So what are you working on? What are you doing? How are you trying to get there as you are moving toward the end of this year? So one of the things that I have been talking about, so this series is part 2 of DIY. So I am going to show you a little bit. Let me see here what we can do. So yeah, let me end this. Let me go here. Yes. So let me know who's watching. Let me know who's watching. Let me know. So let me know who is watching. So yeah, so this is amazing. I just have to say, so what we are doing, we are having pop-up classes. If you're a girl like me or an entrepreneur like me, you really don't have a lot of time to take the classes. However, now what we're doing is we're streamlining our classes, and we are now going to be doing pop-up classes. So maybe once a week or once a month, we'll be doing pop-up classes. So there is a pop-up class coming up. I was going to be below there. What I've been talking about this month, because it's October and we're entering that last quarter, is what are you doing with your business plan? So this is a master class on your monetizing your business plan. So I want you to get in there, get that in now. That is next Wednesday at 2 p.m. But if you can't make it, it's okay because it will be on a replay. So what I want to tell you today is what I've been focusing on is basically do it yourself. A lot of times we have a chance to learn the business, okay, by doing it yourself. This is why I said I have a sustainable business model, because a lot of times when we're starting a business, of course, there are some things that you can't do, but there's so much that you can do in your own business. And I'll tell you why. The reason why you should do it, although at first it may seem a little time consuming, it actually isn't once you get your business up and running. So it's going to save you time. It's going to save you money. Okay. And you will now be able to establish the engine that is going to run your practice or your business. Okay. So hear me out. So time. Who has ever done a time audit? Raise your hand. If you've ever done a time audit, raise your hand. And I'll tell you why you need to do a time audit. If you know how to do it, then you can time yourself. So let's just say if you don't know how to do it, right? So for one example, if you don't know how to do it, then you could say, hey, you know what? I don't know how to do it. Teach yourself how to do it. And then time yourself on how that is being done. So I'll give you an example. When we had to move from the quote unquote paper calendar or the calendar book to electronic health records, and then from the beginning stages of electronic health records, it was more or less trying to go from the book to, putting it on the calendar and putting all the patient information in. We went from, I want to say, not Excel. I got to remember that other one. It's purple. I can't remember which one that was. But anyway, I digressed a little bit. We had to do that. And a lot of times I got from the employees, oh, this is taking too much time. Oh, Dr. T, I can't do this. Oh, Dr. T, this is just taking up too much time. Oh, I got to answer the phones. I got to do this. Listen, I don't want to hear the excuses. And you as a CEO, in order for you to snatch them excuses away, you need to do it yourself. And you need to do a time audit. So what I've done is I use your handy dandy phone and you process what needs to be processed. So for example, if you are a chef or you know how to make the dish, process it up, prepare it, get all your ingredients, prepare it and everything like that. That reminds me, if you look in the previous post, I gave you some tips on how to make your own pizza. So you do it, then you get on your phone and you place a timer. Okay. Once you place a timer or a stopwatch, once you do that, then you take a picture of it. So now when you do that, you then come back and say to whoever is doing the task in your office or in your place of business, whatever that task may be, you know how long it takes for it to be done. And the other reason why you need to do it is just in case that person doesn't show up to work, then you need to know how to do it. A lot of doctors fail in that area. So many practitioners fail in that area. Also, if you are in business, like I said, if you are in business, you need to know how to do it yourself. So in that way, you can time manage. There's going to be a class coming up on that on time management hacks. So don't forget, we're having a pop-up class this Wednesday coming up about monetizing your business plan. If you are new at creating a business, this is probably the best time to get in so that we can make sure that you are working on ground level or making sure that you have the best business plan that you can have. If you are not able to make that, it's fine. It's yours to keep once you get in there, and you can send me a message and we can go over some things with you. So money. So when you're doing it yourself, of course, it's going to save you money. Okay. So there's going to be times, especially in this season, that you may have to pull back as you're looking at your last quarter and when you're looking at whether or not you're making money or losing money. You may have to do things on your own. So for example, I had to cut back on my staff because of COVID. So now I'm answering the phones. Don't think that you're so big because you're the CEO that you can't answer a phone, that you can't pick up a broom, you can't pick up a mop. You need to do it. It's your business. You hear me? It's your business. So you need to do it. And then with that is time and money. And then when new employees come, you now have a teachable program that you already have in place because you know what that is. So what we are establishing here at Sustain Your Biz Academy, soon there will be available to you a toolbox of all the things that you need that's going to be handy dandy for you in one place so that you can make sure that you run your biz. So we want you to sustain. So number one, how are you showing up as a CEO? So the power of you. So at the beginning, I said that is that DIY. So when you're doing it, that adds value not only to your business, but when you're doing it, it adds value to your relationship with your employees. Okay? Because then that shows that you care about their time and how they're doing it and wanting it to structure so that they're doing it correctly. Okay, so that adds value. So I'll give you an example. When I used to do the scheduling and all that stuff, like I said, I that's a whole another story. I started this business from ground zero, literally, people. So when you are doing that, I can say, hey, let me show you how, right? Let me show you how. So if a patient calls and I run through it and I show them, and there's a timer, so you're able to say, it shouldn't take you more than 2 minutes. Now, sometimes some of our elderly patients, they want to talk because they don't have, they don't have anybody else to talk with. So they're going to talk with you, right? So how are you showing up is very, very key when you're talking about DIY. So doing it yourself helps you to show up a little bit better and show up in front of your patients. Let's just say, for example, your assistant had to step out. You're now answering the phone. Yeah, they love that. Let me just tell you how much customers love when the CEO answers the phone. Now, until you scale up, you may not be able to answer those calls, right? Once we scale up and have multi-million-dollar businesses, right? You may not. But every now and then, get on that phone and see what they're doing. Walk around and see what your staff is doing, right? To make sure that they're doing it. And now it's a scalable tool because you know how long it takes. It's almost like McDonald's, right? McDonald's times everything out, almost like that circuit, right? Because eventually, you may have it where you have a circuit where when you're growing to the point where one person can't handle it, now you have to divide everything up. So now that you know this, you know the time it takes to make each and everything. So if you're in a particular beauty or health and you're packaging things, you know how long it takes to pour or how to put the label on or however, right? It shouldn't take all day to make an appointment. So doing it yourself helps with time, money, and training. Okay. I'll give you an example. When you're doing it yourself, it now creates an engine. So I want you to look at an engine. An engine has several parts, almost like your body. Your body is an engine. It has several parts, and each one is doing different things in order for that engine to move. So when you are doing that, right? When you are doing that, now it is, what do you want to accomplish? Where do you want that engine to move, and how do you want it to run? Doing it yourself allows you to visually and manually process all the processes that are going to be in your place, in your office, or in your business. Okay. So when you have that, you definitely need to make sure that you know how to do it. That's why I say DIY, do it yourself. Because at the end of the day, once you train or teach somebody else to do it, you know how it should be done and all of that and above. So that engine can function. So I'll give you an example. For me, I like to cook. I'm just going to give you a lay example. I like to cook. So there are certain dishes that I know that, for example, I may not have the money to keep going to get it. So I need to learn how to cook it for myself. So I need all the parts. I need to know how long it takes for it to be done. And I cook it myself. But now recently, I'm going to give you another example. Recently, I was able to now do my own QuickBooks. I had to cut back. So I did my own QuickBooks. Now I can number one, understand what my bookkeeper will be going through once I hire that bookkeeper back, right? And number two, now I know that it shouldn't take 50 million hours to do the work. So do it yourself. Learn it yourself. So now I know how to do QuickBooks. Now I know how to do my own books, right? And then not only did I do that, but it saved me money on the other end because there were no mistakes because I did it myself. And then when I sent that information over to the accountant, everything was done. The books were done and we're ready to go. That saved me money on that end. So once you do it yourself, learn how to do it yourself so that you know what to look for when you're hiring, when you are processing that engine that needs to run, right? And it's going to save you money and time. Okay. So if this is adding value, let me know. If this is adding value, say, hey, say what's going on. And don't forget, we're having a pop-up class this next Wednesday. so that you can learn what you need to do to monetize your business plan. Got me? You feel me? So doing it yourself, again, helps you with time. So time management, right? Especially with not only yourself, but with your employees. Saves you money because there's going to be a time where money may not be coming in as a small business that you may have to do it yourself. Okay. And that time is money. I forgot that time is money. So when you're making sure that your staff is doing what they're supposed to be doing, then yes, time is money. So you definitely want to do that. And it allows you to be able to create a teaching guide for when new employees come in. So that also saves time and money. Did I say that? I'm going to say it again. Time and money. So your mindset plus sustainability equals success. So once you get in your head on how your business is functioning, how it is moving, what parts need to be put in, taken out, so that it can be a well-oiled machine, this is how you accomplish a sustainable business. You hear me? Doing it yourself. Okay. Maybe not all the parts. Like I said, you're not a lawyer, so you can't really do that. But there are different things that you can still do. I have those tools in the academy. For example, I had gone and found different sites that can help you in your business that's low cost. So that's also part of this class. So everything that you have in there will be where you can monetize your business. Okay. So time management helps with money management, and it helps you make sure that you're in line with how you're training your people. And it adds value when your customers see that you're digging in the trenches. I even say, like, when we had President Obama, like, he was in the trenches. Like, when you see your boss doing what needs to get done, that adds value to everything that is completely different. You sometimes you don't see that boss doing your work. And then as an employee, when that employee sees you, they definitely change and do it in a whole different light. Again, when you start timing them, the last thing I'm going to say with that, when you start timing them and you really figure out that somebody is just playing you for a fool, okay, because they're saying that they can't, that's the time to know that they need to leave your business, right? You need to let them go and you need to hire somebody else. So again, everything that I'm teaching you is sustainability. So that's going to save you money. Is this adding value? Are you learning anything today? Say hey, say what's going on. I'm an advocate of doing it yourself. I really am. And like I said, a lot of times when we're showing up as a CEO, sometimes you have to do that. For example, I open up now. For a minute, I wasn't opening up because that wasn't my job. But because now we're in the midst, I have to open up because they are working from home, right? So yeah, when patients see me open up, they're like, Dr. T, hey, good morning. How are you? Right? Or when I'm scheduling a patient virtually, listen, hold on, let me put you in the system. Let me make sure I got everything correctly. That adds value. You just don't know how that adds value. So again, I'm your girl, Dr. T, with Sustain Your Biz Academy. And we are here to help you learn, help you grow, help you to sustain your biz. Okay. That's what we are here to do. We are here to help you to sustain your biz. We have a pop-up class coming up very soon, and we want you to be where? In the house. In the house. So I just wanted to let you know and bring that to you so that you can be prepared for monetizing your last quarter of your business as you move into 2021. All right. So this is your girl, Dr. T. Again, doing it yourself helps you with time, money, and training. All right. This is your girl, Dr. T. I'll see you guys on the other side. Be blessed.